So this is kind of like a quick and dirty explanation of the split pin replacement on these Dt12s. This truck runs in the caliche a lot, so we just blow it off, clean it off in the area so you don't get none of that stuff falling in. Disconnect your harness, your air lines, disconnect all that stuff that's hooked up to it, cut all your zip ties, remove it. I believe all those bolts are the E12. Remove all the bolts, and then there's a little mechanism you can see right there in the center where your shift mechanism sits in there. You need to kind of lift it up and it'll come out. That's the split pin that causes all the issues. You can see where it's got a lot of play. It'll kind of get in a bind. Remove the lock, that's the one little bolt. I think that's an E10. That one holds the shift lever in place. Remove that. You kind of just wiggle it around, you get it out. And then that's the new bushing that is basically the repair. Just slide it in, and you'll take the old pin out and then slide this bushing in, and then you're gonna clean up the area, put your shifter back on, new gasket both sides, same thing, wiggle it around until it sits flush. You shouldn't have to force it in, just line everything up and it'll pop back in. And then new gasket, tighten up that E10 again. All this is aluminum, so you can look up the torque specs, or I might put them in the description, but everything is basically barely hand tight on this because it's all aluminum. You put your little lock back in. It's got some dowel pins on the back of it where it needs to line up there. This one, you gotta force the pin back into place so it sits right in the middle. So it's a little hard, but just kind of push on it and you'll get it to pop back into place. As long as those dowel pins sit, you'll see where it just sits perfectly in place. And then just put your Torx bolt back in it and tighten that up. You see where that's back in place. And then now it's going to be the whole, well, there's a shift, that's the split pin. You put the split pin back in, put a little bit of transmission oil on it, you'll see it's got no play anymore at all. So it sits snug. And then there's your whole shift mechanism. Same thing, line everything up. It should sit perfectly by itself. You shouldn't have to close it with the bolt or anything. It'll sit perfectly by itself. Put your bolts back in it, tighten them up. I believe like converted to foot pounds, I believe it's like 9 foot-pounds. So everything's real low. The torque is real low because everything's aluminum. So you just run it in until it stops, and then torque everything up, or just go hand tight, you'll be fine. And that's the split pin. It takes longer to drop the transmission and put it back than it is to do the job.